Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft/dining room. Have you ever made a mini slimline? I've done one, and today I'm going to do two more because this is a fun size to play with, and I've got some new products designed just for this fun, smaller slimline size. We're gonna do some stenciling and some ink blending and make some really clean and simple rainbow cards. Stick around, my mini slimline, it's hard to say. My mini slimline card projects are coming up next. The product I'm using today to create my cards are called the Mini Slimline Patterns 1. And what these are, they are stencils that are already designed in a slimline panel size. And what that size is, it is 6 1/4 tall by 3 1/8 wide. That's a standard slimline panel, especially when folded down. So I want to create a few card projects using these stencils just to create a simple one-layer kind of card. I've also got a rainbow of ink. So I've got rose apple, rosy cheeks, and melon. And to build out the rainbow, Duckling, Jellybean, and MALIBLUE. So a really nice combo to create rainbow. And the other thing I'm going to do here is I've got a new word and shadow die that I created called Happy Everything. It cuts out the happy, it cuts out the everything, it cuts out the shadow layer and another shadow layer, so you can break these apart. You don't have to use them together. You could use this for any sort of happy card. And then I'll probably pull a few other things to complete the cards. So those are the basic products. I'm also going to use some blender brushes, and let's get started with our cardstock. So I've got my Score Buddy here, and I've got a piece of Neenah Solar White Classic Crest cut to 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. I need to score this right at 3 1/8, but the problem is there's no inset there, and I've been playing around with some ideas, and I decided to just do this. I'm going to take my pencil and just put a little mark right there, because that way I can just slide this over, center it right there, and I know that that is where my score line should be for creating this card base that will be 3 1/8 when folded. So I'm going to go ahead and just get that score line there. And then before I do this, let's see, do I have an eraser somewhere? I probably do. I'm just going to quickly erase that. My mono sand eraser, and honestly I don't even think anyone would see it anyway. Let's get you out of there like that. Oh, that I tried to, let's do this. And then when I fold this in half, I will have my proper card base, which will measure, well, I'll show you this way, which will measure 3 1/8 wide by 6 1/4 tall. All right. So that's my little hack for quickly scoring a base. I recently did some slimlines live, and I actually had the size wrong. So we're ready to move on to the ink blending portion. So I'm going to take some of this Easy C tape and just put a piece here inside and also on the other side, because I want this to stay flat while I'm working on it. And I find that with the 100, oh, there's my hair too. We don't want hair in our projects. I find that when you have, the smaller the card, the more apt it's going to be to pop open, okay? I'm going to grab my first stencil, and I'll show you here how these line up. So this is the same size now as the card front. See that? So I'm going to add a little polka dot pattern right to this base. So what I'm going to do is come here, get it lined up right here on one side. Let's see if I can get that straight here. And I'm just going to tape it on. Easy peasy breezy. Okay, let's get that because I want it to be nice and straight on this card base. I'm just making a nice one-layer card because I think, you know what? One layer is fine. Okay, which way does it open? All right. We're going to go from left to right. Left to right. Yeah. And we're going to grab a blender brush. I'm going to start with my rose apple. I'm going to load up my brush with rose apple. Let's kind of tap off, right? Tap a little off here. And I am going to hold, I'll turn it this way. I am going to hold my stencil down while I do it. I've taped it so it doesn't shift, but I think this will be fine. And then I'm just going to start ink blending, right? Just bring in the bolder pink, which will be on the outside here, which is rose apple is kind of a pinky red, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to have something a little deeper on the outside to start with. All right, that looks pretty good. I just keep a cloth for this, and I'm just gonna clean this off a little. You know, you can even take a tidy towel that's a little damp and go like that, just to get the darker color off, because I'm gonna move on to this lighter color of Rosy Cheeks. All right, Rosy Cheeks is next. Tap, tap, tap. Load it and tap it, and definitely seeing that different color. And then we're going to bring that in and transition into a lighter pink. I like to go from a pinky red to a pink because I just think that's very pretty, right? We're just making a rainbow. Very, very simple. Fun thing about this is too, you know, you can make a bunch of card panels at one time, or card bases, which is essentially what we're going to be doing here. And then you just stick whatever greeting on them that you think is appropriate for the card that you're using. All right, we're moving into the melon. Right, tapping. Yeah, that's looking pretty orange to me. And bringing this color in. And then overlapping too, where the colors meet. Now I'm trying not to go all the way to the edge just because I don't want any of the ink to blend onto the card base itself, like on the edges. Does that make sense? Not the card base. We're literally blending on a card base. But just be mindful of that when you get to those dots. The stencil does go right to the edge, but there can always be a little bit of overlap. You can always tape that off too if you want with another piece of paper. In fact, I'll show you how that would work. You can always just do that, and then you can get right to the edge, right? And you don't have to worry about hitting the edge of your cardstock. So maybe I'll keep doing that. Well, I learn something new every day. Go right to the edge. Look at me, learning and shifting on the fly. Crafting is so fun, I tell ya. Now, you could use these stencils on any size panel, really. It doesn't have to be. I mean, we're just coming out with some slimline products and now mini slimline because it's kind of a fun size. But these can be used to add things into other sizes of cards as well. All right, we're going to use a color called MALIBLUE. I'm going to load you up. Oh, no, I'm on the wrong one. I just jumped ship. Come on. I'm like, why does that look so green? Yeah, okay, let's get into the right color. This is what happens when I talk and craft. That would have been a disaster. There we go. We're going with Jellybean. Okay. Oh, let's pick this up here again so I can go right on to the edge and overlap a little there. Get that beautiful jelly bean going in there. What a pretty green too. I love this color. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Picking you up. And let's just come in here at the very bottom with the blue. I'm not too worried about the edges down here. I think we'll be just fine. Okay. Overlap a little like that. And pop you right there so I can see what I'm doing right there on the edge. There we go. And a little overlap in here. All right. Now, are we ready for our simple peel and reveal? Lift that tape up, and when I lift it up, you will see my card panel, goes this way, with a rainbow blend of dots. Isn't that fun? So that's the panel, right? I think this is super fun. Let's do a second one, and then we can make 2 cards at once. So here's card base number 2. Again, same size, right? Just taped on my panel. And now we're just going to have a diagonal. So again, I'm going to work with the same colors, right? Grab my pink brush, tap, tap, tap. And let's see here. This one, I'll just come right in from the top. Like that. Get that darker sort of shade going here. I don't think we're going to hit the edge of our cardstock. Kind of pressing down a little hard here. It's because I want that shade to kind of blend in. All right. like that. Rosy cheeks. And make sure that's tapping off light. It looks pretty light. Okay, and come in here like that with a little that color. Couple bands, and then we'll quickly transition into orange so I get a little more of the rainbow this time. But you're going to have to hold, you know, when you have these stencils, and I could have used pixie spray, but I just kind of thought, this is simple. I'll just hold my fingers down on the stencil like that so that the color doesn't go underneath the slats. But of course, if you've never tried pixie spray, it's an awesome spray because it will hold all the parts of your stencil down. But again, you can also do that with your fingers, you know, like this. Let's get our duckling. Load that up. And bring that in. Actually, I think I expanded this. I don't know if I'll have room for the blue, and that's okay. You can do whatever, you know, whatever rainbow floats your proverbial boat, as my friend Laura Basson likes to say. I think that's fine. And actually, maybe this will only be a 5-color rainbow. I'm not going to do blue on this one. And I know it seems like purple often in a rainbow gets the short end of the stick sometimes in my videos, but it has nothing to do with not loving purple. I love purple. I actually really do like it. I think it's a beautiful color. But sometimes a 5-color rainbow is fine. You can just, oh, I went very dark in there. And that's fine too. It'll all dry. We get a nice transition here. I'm going to bring in a little more of that yellow. Kind of go over this area here like that. Okay. I'm going to create that blend like that. So that is card base number 2. Now I think what I'm going to do is just get a little bit more of the rose apple up in the corner here. Darken that up just a bit. So we have a definite more reddish area up here. Okay. And reveal that card base. Isn't that cute? Just simple ink blended stripes. So now I've got polka dots and stripes, and now I can do some die cutting and possibly some stamping to create the rest of the cards. So what I've gone ahead and done is taken my little Happy Everything dies, and I cut 3 of each out from some Neenah Solar White Classic Crest cardstock, and I'm going to be gluing all these together. So what I will do here is I will take both the 2 of the each word, flip them upside down, and I will spray this off camera just to get a nice even coating of adhesive. I find this to be a really quick way to work, but I don't like to spray it where it's coming fumes up to the camera. So I'm going to add the adhesive and then we will glue them together. The top, the little flat part, and try to get that first part lined up. I'm getting better at this. Used to take me quite a while to get them lined up, but now, you know, I'm a little better than I used to be. Let's grab layer number 2. I'm going to pop you. I'm going to let go and then just kind of work my way through manually here. Okay, get you lined up to where the bend was. That's not bad. Look at that. I'm going to go ahead and glue the other one in the same fashion, and then we can start building the first card. And I'm going to bring in this card base. This is going to be the first one because I think this is cute on here. Check this out. I'm not going to use the shadow layer on this. Instead, I think what I'm going to do is just sort of have them nestled together like that. I think this is a nice amount of contrast. Like there's enough, you know, it's subtle, but I have to admit, I am such a fan of the subtle tone on tone. So let's move this over a little. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use liquid adhesive to add these guys, just because I want to be able to wiggle a little. So I'm just going to, you know, put my little dots of liquid glue. This is a really strong adhesive. This is the Connect glue from Gina K Designs, and it's very strong. Once it dries, it has a nice bond. It also dries clear, so you know, if any oozes out, it's not going to be a big deal, but you really can control it and just make the tiniest little dots. I love that. Right above, and try to get it as straight as possible and have it nestled in close like that. I like that. I like how these nestle in together. And I can double check the straightness of this. I can pull this out real quick. All right, bring in my clear or my T-square here. Hold that there and just line up the tops of the X height. That's called the X height, the body of a letter. And now I know that that is perfectly adhered. I'll just press that down a little with a block. Little dots all the way around to hold this on place. And I'm just going to get that right about there. I'm going to let go though because I do want to bring in my ruler. You know, it's a how does one say? It's a long letter, right? Or a long word with lots of letters. So I want to try to make sure that all of it is lined up along the base. See that? That looks pretty good. And then press. We're going to move on to our lovely little tittle. And I don't like to stack those by themselves because I think that would take forever. Meaning I don't stack them and then place them. I'm just going to put my little, come on now, come on out, guy. Little dop of glue there, like that. And then I'll just pick this up. It's kind of hard for me to do this sometimes. But look at that. I feel like a surgeon. Okay, and we'll just go like that. Press. Okay, there's dot one. And then I'm just going to repeat, right? Put another. Oh, that was a little too much glue. You can also do this, I think I can do this with the crystal katana, right? I can just pick it up and then come over here and drop it. Oh, that worked really well too. Look at that. Ah, the crystal katana is a newish tool to me. I haven't had it too long enough, but not an inordinate amount of time. And I am finding this to be quite useful. Let's flip it to the right. Well, I got to flip that to the right side. Pick it up. I kind of forgot this is like a sequin, so boop, just like that. And then press down. So now I'm going to let that perfectly adhere, and we're almost done with the card. Boop. Boop. It's fun to say. Boop. I mean, if you've never tried the boop, try it. Try it. You might like it. I'm going to come over here, just tilt it a little, and dab of glue, and boop. And the last one. Boop. Do I have that upside down? No, I don't. Okay. And that is the finished card number one. So I have a cute little slimline, right? Slimline card number one. Happy everything. Cute little bit of dimension. And I'm going to show you something that's kind of fun. There are mini slimline envelopes available. Let's see, how do I open this little guy? For this size card. So that's what's kind of fun about this. Now, I am not 100% sure about the postage. You might need extra postage on this, but look at that. That fits right inside a mini slimline, right? These cute little like coin pocket tops, and they're self-adhesive. Plus you could stamp on the outside, you know, you can decorate, but how cute is that, right? We've got our little slimline number one, and that's card one. I think that's really cute. So to finish off of this card, I took an older die. I have this Word and Shadow die set called Mom and Dad. It's just Mom and Dad, which is great for Mother's Day or Father's Day or any other mom-related thing. Went ahead and I die cut this out, again, stacked it for some dimension, and I'm just going to pop this right in the center. I thought this was nice because it picked up sort of the orange, which is the more dominant, right? Here's what I'm going to do. Now I have a stamp set that also is a new release. It's kind of fun. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty fun. And it is it's this guy. It's called Sassy Mama. And I absolutely love all of the greetings. And to make another Mother's Day card, because I like to send my mom a whole bunch, I think I am going to go ahead and stamp in, I appreciate you pretending like it was fun and easy, and Happy Mother's Day. But I'm going to do that on the inside here. So let's open up, right? And unfold this. Here's what's fun about the MISTI. Now, can I go? Yeah, I can go this way. I'm going to turn this around, okay? And I'm going to make sure I'm doing it the right way. I'm just going to put this right back in so I can stamp. And I think I'll take another magnet down here. And also, I'll pop a link up to another Mother's Day card that I did. if you're interested in seeing that. So that looks pretty good, right? And actually, I think what I'm going to do is, well, you know what? I kind of want to stamp this in black, and I'm going to show you my favorite new black ink. I just got this within the last few weeks, and it's an awesome, awesome inky black. It stamps great. We're just going to ink you up like that and stamp my greeting on the inside and turn this into sort of a fun Mother's Day card. There you go. I appreciate you pretending like it was fun and easy, because let's be real, my mom, I'm pretty sure it wasn't always fun and it wasn't always easy. We'll just dab on our glue. Again, a little dab will do ya. Does that date me? Wasn't that an ad campaign for Brill Cream? But I just want to have it kind of be my visual center like that. Push it up a little. And all right, that looks pretty good. Pop this in the middle, pull it up, and that way you know you are pressing right into the ruler and right into adhering it perfectly in the center. And that's a cute little card with a surprise greeting on the inside. And I don't think I'm going to add any shine to it. You know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I think this simplicity and the graphic nature of it is kind of cool. So there you have 2 of the 3 slimline stencils just done right onto a card base. And of course, got these cute little envelopes, right, to pop them into. But I hope you enjoyed this, because I think, and there's the star one too. I just wanted to do the one with the stripe because I thought that would be fun to show. Again, you can use these with crafty mediums like pastes and gels and all kinds of other things. You can even, of course, dry emboss patterns into your cardstock with that. But those are my 2 cards today. So hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it inspires you to explore the world of mini slimlines. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much, and have a great day.